Hey everyone, welcome to Sideshow's First Look. Today we'll be taking a look at the Hunter 6-scale figure by Hot Toys from Star Wars The Bad Batch. The box is a standard shoebox design. It features an image of the Hunter's 6-scale figure wielding a knife and blaster emerging from a field of black bordered by an angled gray frame. A chromed Star Wars logo rests just above the characteristic Hot Toys cigar band in the hues of coral and deep vermilion unique to the Bad Batch line of figures. That band provides us with two more images of the figure, one on the side with Hunter dual-wielding a DC-17M blaster and a DC-17 hand blaster, and another up front with Hunter in a hero pose. Removing the top of the box reveals the expected insert, featuring a gorgeous montage of 3 images of the Hunter figure in a variety of poses. Remove the insert and you'll get your first look at the figure. There's Hunter in the center, resting in his black plastic clamshell and surrounded by a trove of accessories, including the unhelmeted portrait, a DC-17M blaster rifle, an assortment of swap-out hands, 2 thermal detonators, a knife, a DC-17 hand blaster, and his backpack. Just visible beneath Hunter's legs, you can glimpse the display base, thematically decorated with a look unique to the Bad Batch line. Pulling the figure and accessories out of the box and laying them all out on the table really starts to generate some anticipation. You can see Hunter standing tall on his base. On the right, we have the unhelmeted portrait, as well as the DC-17M interchangeable weapon system in its blaster rifle configuration. Arrayed on the table in front of Hunter is the assortment of additional hands, including a pair of gun-wielding hands, a knife-wielding hand, and a pointing left hand. On the left, you can see the backpack, the DC-17 hand blaster, the 2 thermal detonators, and the knife. Now, let's take a head-to-toe look at the Hunter figure. All of the armored components lead with a gunmetal gray tone throughout, contrasted in key areas with accents of red and black. The helmet is a unique design exclusive to Hunter, bisected by a blood red stripe and offset by a skull motif on the helmet's left side and back. The helmet is removable and can be replaced by the unhelmeted portrait at your discretion. Additionally, there's a hidden magnet at the back of the cuirass, which you can use to attach the backpack. The left vambrace includes a sheath for the knife, which can attach thusly. The DC-17 hand blaster can fit into a holster at the figure's right hip. Additionally, that holster is removable and can be detached like so. The rest of the armor is unique to Hunter as well, and sits atop a full fabric bodysuit. Notable bits include the recurring Clone Force 99 logo front and back of the pauldrons, as well as the single Bad Batch skull signet on the right pauldron. Scuffs, scrapes, and smudges break up the gunmetal at strategic points on the armor, with each mark potentially telling a story and providing a battle-worn look to Hunter's suit. Taking a look at the articulation of the figure, either portrait will rest on a double ball-jointed neck. The subsequent mobility will allow the head to thrust forward and back, and from side to side, as well as all points in between. You can drop the chin on the helmeted head about 15 degrees, and tilt it up a similar amount. Also, there's about 10 degrees of lateral tilt to either side. Both portraits will also rotate in either direction to whatever degree you please. The shoulders will shrug, dip, press, and row. And the elasticity of the bodysuit will help the arms to achieve a remarkable 135 degrees of lateral lift. That same combo will allow for nearly 100 degrees of anterior lift and about 135 degrees of posterior lift. The double-jointed elbows allow the figure to hit a remarkable 145 degrees of bicep flex. And the expected joint above the bicep allows the arm to rotate there. The torso will hit about 10 degrees of abdominal crunch, and about the same in extension. There's a touch of lateral crunch to be had. And the figure can hit a nice 45 degrees of torso twist. The legs will hit nearly 90 degrees of lateral lift. And while they only hit about 15 degrees of straight anterior lift, by progressively rotating the legs to the side, you'll eventually hit about 90 degrees in that direction as well. Additionally, there's a modest amount of posterior range. The double jointed knees will hit more than 135 degrees of hamstring flex. And as usual, the swivel joint located at the hip will allow you to rotate the leg. The ball joint at the ankles will allow the foot to rotate a bit, as well as extend, contract, pronate, and supinate. Now let's take a closer look at the accessories. The backpack showcases the same attention to detail in terms of paint and weathering that we saw in the rest of Hunter's armor. This blaster is a DC-17M, a modular design from the Republic Commandos video game, seen here in its rifle configuration. Additionally, the figure comes with a DC-17 hand blaster, a combat knife, and 2 thermal detonators, one in a grenade configuration and the other in a magnetic mine configuration. In addition to the 2 relaxed hands that come attached to the figure, you also have the option to use any of these others, which include a pair of blaster holding hands, a dagger holding hand, and an index finger gesturing hand. Here's a closer look at the head, sculpted and painted in the likeness of a young Temuera Morrison, bringing a look of real-world realism to this figure that's based on an animated character. This has been Sideshow's first look at the Hunter 6-scale figure by Hot Toys from Star Wars The Bad Batch. Be sure to check out Unsealed and Revealed, How to Be a Poser, and Strike a Pose for even more posable figure content from Sideshow. If you'd like more information about this figure, follow the link below, and as always, don't forget to let your geek side show. Be sure to subscribe by clicking the S icon on your screen. If you'd like more information about the product featured in this video, click the link provided under product info. Again, thanks for watching, and don't forget to let your geek side show.